What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about the newly announced World of Warcraft expansion, Mists of Pandaria. I'm going to be going over my thoughts and just tell you guys what the expansion is about if you haven't heard about it too much. But if you already have, then this is probably just old news, so I'm going to kind of skim through it. First off, Mists of Pandaria is going to raise the level cap to 90. It's going to include a new continent of Pandaria, and there's going to be a new race, the Pandaren, and a new class, the Monk. So far, I'm excited for all those things. I currently don't play WoW, for anyone who doesn't know, but I think I'm going to give this expansion a try when it does come out sometime next year. And yeah, I'm excited for the Monk class and the new race. I know a lot of people are bashing on it, the Pandaren, for being like a joke, and they think that it's too kiddie or girly or whatever. But I mean, really, the Pandaren is like a serious, focused race. It's like super heavily influenced by Asian culture, and I mean, like the gnomes are more lighthearted than the Pandaren, so I don't know why people are having such a big deal about it. So one big thing about the Pandarens is that they're World of Warcraft's first neutral race, and originally Blizzard had said that they don't want to have any neutral races because they want there to be a clear distinction between Horde and Alliance in PvP. However, they now stated that pretty much all anyone pays attention to is the red name above the player. So, with that being said, the Pandaren are now a neutral race, and you can choose between Horde or Alliance at level 10. And their classes are Hunter, Mage, Monk, Priest, Rogue, Shaman, and Warrior as of now. And they also have three pretty awesome specs. They have Brewmaster, which is the tank spec, Mistweaver, which is a healer who can stand up in melee and will let players experience a new healing style, which sounds pretty cool, and then Windwalker, which is your melee DPS. It's not a hero class, and there's also no auto attack. I think Chris Mattson or something said that they wanted to feel like Street Fighter, where you're constantly, pressing buttons to fight people. They hit a lot with hands and feet, so they're not going to be using a lot of weapons, which is pretty interesting. Their resources is Chi, and that slowly regenerates and is used for your jab and roll abilities. There's also a new talent system, which they haven't said too much on yet. There isn't any talent points or ranks. They just want it to be less cookie cutter, because in Cataclysm it still was kind of cookie cutter. So that's something I'm looking forward to seeing. Is really making it awesome customization. Next is PvE Scenarios, and these are basically dynamic events in Guild Wars 2, but they kind of took them into World of Warcraft to, I guess, stay ahead of the times. It looks like it'll be kind of fun. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on it yet. I mean, it doesn't really wow me. But I guess we'll have to wait and see how it does. It's basically like, best way I could describe it is kind of like a dungeon outside with different stages and things like that. Challenge mode dungeons, which is basically like timed dungeons, not too important to me. And then next is pet battle system, which is literally like Pokemon. I'm sure you've all heard this, but when I read this, I mean, I was just like, this is so Pokemon-ish. Like, wild pets, you can find them and battle with them. You can also like tame them. You'll be able to collect level and battle with them. I think you can trade them. You have 3 battle slots. Winning battles earns you your experience and levels your pet. I mean, it's just, pets will become tradable. It's crazy how similar it is to Pokemon. You get to name them as well, and looks like you can also get items for them. So I mean, there's so much stuff. It's just like, it's so similar to Pokemon, and it seems like such an odd feature to add for Blizzard. But I mean, I'm not complaining. It sounds like it'll be fun, because who doesn't like Pokemon, right? In this expansion, there will be 9 new dungeons, 6 of them on Pandaria, and Sholomance and Scarlet Monastery will be back in heroic mode. So seems like there's going to be a lot of awesome dungeons to explore, and looking forward to that. They also said that dungeons would be kind of short, or shorter than the ones in Cataclysm, because they said they didn't want people waiting for like 60 minutes in a queue just to run one battleground, or sorry, one dungeon. They wanted them to be able to do a couple different dungeons. So I guess kind of going back to the Wrath of the Lich King theory of like super fast type dungeons that are easier. I'm not really sure. Questing has an increased focus on max level content. Seems like they're really taking a lot from MMOs that might pose a threat to Blizzard, such as or have already innovated some new ideas, such as Rift, Star Wars: The Old Republic, and Guild Wars 2. They're actually adding 3 new battlegrounds, not final yet, of course, but 3 new battlegrounds for the launch of this expansion, which is just awesome. First one is Stranglethorn Diamond Mines, payload-style gameplay, and I really like that they're actually adding some new types of battlegrounds, not just using the same kind of skin for each one, like Warsong Gulch and the Twin Peaks one. Valley of Power Murder Ball. I don't think a lot has been said on this, but I'm gonna guess it's similar to Hut Ball, which is a war zone that is going to be in Star Wars: The Old Republic. Basically, I think the premise will be you throw a ball, you can throw it to other players. It's kind of like football, but a lot of crazy rules and stuff. And then Azera's Crater. This has been in the game for a while. I think they took it out with Cataclysm. I'm not sure. But if you ever got up there through hacks or whatever, it was actually a scrapped battleground, and it looks like they're going to take that back and turn it into a Dota-style game. So I'm not really sure what to think about that yet. But I mean, it'll definitely be interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they actually put that into the game. There's also going to be a new arena for Tol'vir, which isn't very exciting. Achievements, there will be some that will be Battle.net account wide, which is awesome. Next up, we have some pretty big changes for ranged weapons. Hunter minimum range is gone, which honestly should have been gone in the first place. It doesn't really make sense to me for it to have minimum range when you're shooting a gun or bow. Hunter melee weapon is gone. Not sure why they decided to do that. But I mean, I know it's rarely used, but it does come in handy sometimes. And range slots for all other characters are gone. And I think the reason they did that was since they're taking away the hunter melee weapon, they need to really buff up the stats of the ranged weapon, so they are an equal level to everyone else, because previously they could just get the melee weapon to increase their stats and the ranged weapon to increase their stats. Now they're just going to have one, so they need that to have a lot of high stats. Relics are gone. Rogues and warriors can throw their weapons, and wands become main hand weapons. I'm not really going to go over the rest of the classes because I don't really care about the other classes. Warlock, Shaman, and Druid. Never really played any. Don't really care that much. Other than that, we got some really sick screenshots and concept art, and so far at the beginning I thought that I didn't really like the look of Pandaria, but it's starting to grow on me, and I'm starting to like the new design of this continent. And yeah, so far it looks cool. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to all the raids and stuff. And I'm still gonna play Star Wars: The Old Republic, and I'm expecting that to be my main MMO for a long time. However, I just want to give this one a go and see what it's like, and to see how the improvements affect the game, and if they fixed all the problems I had with Cataclysm. So this was just a kind of short overview with my impressions of Mists of Pandaria. If you like the video, guys, be sure to give it a thumbs up and add it to your favorites as well. It really helps me out. That's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching.